Hello everyone, Monica here. Today's episode is kind of a part 2 of my last video discussing why I didn't see a lot of women vinyl collectors out, or why I didn't see them here on YouTube. And I got a lot of great responses. It was really fun. That video has gotten 6,000 views, and that is not normal for me. Gotten hundreds of comments, and that is not normal for me. I'm still answering comments and making sure I respond to everybody. The conversations have been really cool. The points have been really good. A variety of different points. And I just appreciate the fact that you guys took the time to write and to think about it and to write it out. I feel like I have a deeper understanding about the question. I'm so glad I asked. And I want to share some of those points here with you today. So I got comments from all over the world. And that is just amazing to me. Canada, of course, America, the UK, the Netherlands. I just find it amazing the fact that my videos are making it out into the world. I mean, I really just talked to 1 or 2 people. So it is just amazing the fact that the video did so well. Obviously, I'm not the only one that had the question. In fact, a lot of you guys also wondered that question too. So I had just given you a few reasons why I had not pursued the hobby when, I was younger. And I thought that was kind of it. Like, I couldn't even think of 10 reasons. And so reading your guys' comments of reasons why you thought there's not a lot of women vinyl collector out there, or even, I think I got like a few female comments, which I was glad, because I'm like, okay, yeah, let's hear your perspective. Let's hear your experience. So according to those who shared, they do see women out at the record stores 50-50, and even younger women. And that makes me really, really happy. The fact that not only just women, but like the younger generation is getting into physical media, because that means it's going to keep it alive. We need a whole nother generation to carry on the torch of vinyl collecting, CD collecting, because then we know that if there's a market for it, it's going to be there. A point that was made was that women aren't really seen at those record store expos. And I never really knew about them until recently. I think I seen the guys who collect vinyl here on YouTube go out to some of the expos in Austin. I've heard, snapshots of people going to different places. I never really knew about those expos. I would love to learn more about it. How do I keep up with it? I'm sure they have some in Los Angeles I could always hit up. And is it just for record shops, or can just anybody go? I would love to learn more about it. So yeah, there's not a lot of women being seen out there, because hey, you got to invite us. One comment I got was that women don't generally collect things, and I was kind of on track with that. But then I thought about like some of the women in my life who I love deeply and the things they do collect. Knickknacks. My mom collects dolls. She has Shirley Temple and I Love Lucy and the Peanuts gang, all sorts of different dolls. My sister, older sister, always collected dolls ever since she was little. And I thought about, well, maybe it's connected to childhood. When you were a child, what you couldn't have but you always wanted. My husband has video games. For me, it was music. I didn't have music. I didn't have access to music. And so now as an adult, I'm like, I'm going to start my collection in music. A thing about my whole collection is that I don't need to complete it. And I know there's some guys out there who are like, they got to have the discography of every single album that the artist that they love made. And I'm not really like that. I have an artist that I love named Washed Out, and he has one album that I didn't really enjoy. And so I didn't make the effort to go buy it or to find it. If it comes across me for like $5, I'll get it. But it's like I have the whole collection except for that one, because I know I'm not going to listen to it. The next comment I got was about Audiofile. I thought I knew what it was. I thought it was a genre of pressings, but I was so wrong. And you guys helped me like learn about it. It's how it is playing the music that that there's a sector of record collectors that are really into that, and they don't really see women into that. Yeah, I'm not into that at all. In fact, the stereo was a hurdle for me. It wasn't something I really enjoyed doing. I'm glad I learned it, but I wasn't like having fun. I wasn't having fun putting it together. One of the comments was that there's not a lot of representation of women in the YouTube world sharing the record collection, and that's so true. It is a little harder, I think, for women to put themselves out there and make a YouTube video, because there's that fear of being criticized, and some girls get it really, it's really tough for them. Like, I came across one video where a girl was expressing the comments she's gotten, and I'm like, wow, like I didn't get that at all. So I kind of had a positive experience that it kept me encouraged. Like, you guys have been encouraging me to keep making videos. They're fun, or you enjoy them, or you enjoy my perspective. And so I was encouraged, and that's why, like, a few years later, I'm still making videos about my record collection. So a good point is be kind to everybody, male or female, who's making a record collection, and be very respectful. Some of you guys shared just different female YouTubers that you follow that you thought I might like, and I looked them up and they're super cool. I'm like, I was in a bubble. I didn't get that in my feed, and I think sometimes that happens is we get stuck in our little algorithm. We don't even see who's out there. So I'm just so happy the fact that I made that video, because now I'm coming across different female artists who make YouTube videos about the record collection, or even who are into music. That's super cool. One criticism could be about women coming on YouTube and sharing the record collection is that they get clicks really quickly. I think sometimes I would get clicks because I am a girl more than a man sharing a record, but at the end of the day, I'm responsible to have something important to say, worthy of saying, or something worthy of sharing. So maybe there's a few clicks more of a woman collecting records, but at the end, no matter who it is, you got to have something really cool to say, either about music or you're sharing and connecting with your audience. I also got a comment about how when we make our record collection, we're creating pieces of our home and our music and our atmosphere. A lot of you guys even share that your spouse isn't really into records, but probably because you're into records and you're putting on music, and so they just get to enjoy it. Like, that would be really cool. That's a benefit to marrying a record collector, is you have great music with you all the time. One of you guys shared about how nowadays the art of sharing music has been lost because of the streaming. Yeah, it's in your ears, it's in your app, it's a very personal thing. I think the only way people are really sharing music is through little reels, trendy music. I mean, really, I thought some of those real songs on Instagram or TikTok, I thought they were fake songs. I don't know. I didn't know they were real songs until the radio. I'm like, oh, this is a real song. I thought that was really funny. Oh, and then also the art of listening to music is slowly fading away. And I think that's why I love making my YouTube channels, because I want to champion, like, the art of listening to music is really cool, is really fun, and just sitting back and listening to the music and not being passive about it, but being intentional about it. It's just so rewarding. And the last comment I got just said it beautifully, because I was not only wondering, like, why I didn't see women vinyl collectors out there, but it was more like, why aren't people into music anymore? And that was kind of the deeper question I was asking myself, was like, this is such a great experience, and how come people just are letting it pass them by? And Eric had a great response, and I want to read it to you. And he said, music is still at least somewhat mysterious in how it works or affects us in spite of all the studies. Music is energy, and that is what we as humans interact with. It is the first thing that hits us. Music speaks to our emotion and our souls directly. That is what draws us towards it as humans. Music is the language of the soul. It is the first language. Music was the first form of communication. We can use the energy of music to change an atmosphere in a room, or change our perspective, or even put us in another place in our mind. I love experiencing music this way, but do we really understand how it works? The answer is no. Have you ever noticed in yourself and others reacted when we hear music? You ever find yourself moving slightly to somewhat the rhythm of the music without even realizing it? If the answer is yes, there you go. You notice this in others. Music is also a measure of one's soul and emotions. Those without a soul or an emotion, or not in control of their emotions, usually don't like music, or completely are unaffected with it. Including in the midst of a concert, they stand there like statues. They don't even recognize what they hear. I know people like this. I've seen people like this. This is usually a person with a severe cluster, a B personality disorder. With such folks, if they try to move with the music, it's an act of an attempt to fool others. Eric, I thought you put it perfectly, that sometimes people just aren't into music. And it has something to do maybe with their state of their soul, or the state of where they're at. And I think when I was at a vulnerable place in my life, 2018, I was now open to music. I was now open to it. I put that criticism, I put everyone else's opinion away about this band or that band, and I was just open, and I was just listening to it and taking it in. And then that got me really in love with it. And so that video, my goodness, thank you guys so much for leaving comments, because I love the conversations and some of the conclusions. And it's just like some people just aren't into it and some people are, male or female. And I was encouraged that women are into music, they are into vinyl collection. Maybe the little bubble I'm in, I don't see it, but around the world, it is alive and well. So I thought that was really cool. So thank you guys for watching this video, for commenting and subscribing. I got like 200 new people. I'm so happy to meet you guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode.